What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Tony Shen. I'm back at it like a crack addict, back with another FL Studio stock plugin tutorial. If you're new to this channel, this is basically a series where I make beats only using stock plugins or other easily accessible sounds. So it's very easy for beginners to follow along with step by step, and I go through everything from start to finish, from scratch, everything. You feel me? Let's get it started. Today we're gonna make a SoFaygo type beat. We're gonna go for like a spacey, vibey, trappy type beat. Let's get straight into it. Without any further ado, let's start by going over the chords and the melodies first, right? So for the first sound that I've chosen, for the first few sounds, I'll kind of just go through my sound selection right now. First, I'm using a Citrus plugin. Citrus will be found like right here. It's a stock plugin that every FL Studio user, no matter what version you have, you should have access to this plugin. It's very, very common, very easy to access, and very CPU friendly. So the first preset we're gonna go for is in synth string. It's the basic 2 preset. It's kind of stringy. It's kind of give it that spacey type feel, right? But before we even start playing notes, let's figure out the tempo first. So with this, you kind of want it to be a little bit more upbeat, rather than like slow. So anywhere between like 148 to like 160-ish should be fair game. So let's go for like 156 because I like that number. Let's turn the metronome on just so we get an idea of the tempo, and then let's start building this out. Boom, 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 boom. So the notes sound pretty good, but now let's actually fill in some of the chords. Let's move this note down an octave, maybe. Sounds pretty cool, but I want this to be pitched up an octave because it sounds a little bit low right now. It sounds like it's kind of a little too bassy. So command up, that pitches it up an octave. So it's the same exact note, but it just sounds an octave higher. Sounds pretty cool. Very spacious, right? Let's add another sound. This is the Rich Ensemble preset. It's also in the synth string. Should be right here. Sounds pretty more like stringy, right? It sounds less synthy, but more stringy. So this will kind of be used to add a little layer to the first melody that we came up with, right? Just to add a little bit more texture to the sound and just to make the sound a little bit more interesting and luscious. So I'm just gonna first highlight some of the root notes to the melody. So let's see. Sounds pretty cool, right? Yeah, so let's route those two to the mixer. So Command Shift L to link to the mixer. And let's just kind of like handle the input gain a little bit because they are coming in a little too loud right now. So let's pull this knob down. so it's not too loud. And then let's turn this down a little bit. And then let's EQ these a little bit. So what that does is it allows you to take out some of the unnecessary frequencies that might interfere with other sounds. So if we select this filter right here and then cut out all the lows, you're gonna have more room for the bass melodies. And same with this. Let's cut out some of the bass melodies. So frequencies, sorry, bass frequencies. And then this you can even cut out some of the mids because it sounds a little higher, and by doing that it kind of stops some of the interference with the other sound. Sounds pretty cool together, right? So last but not least, we're gonna add like a little bell just to kind of emphasize some areas and just to make the melody a little bit more interesting at some places. So boom, 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 boom. Yep, sounds pretty cool. And then let's just copy this melody into 8 bars, just because I like working with 8 bars more. It's just a lot easier and less work for me when I need to arrange. So just copy. To copy, all you have to do is select the part you want to copy. So highlight it and then hold shift and drag. So it's pretty easy to copy. So that should take care of all the melodies that we're gonna do for this beat. Now let's kind of just move on to the more percussive elements. Let's start with a clap. Sounds pretty cool, right? Let's just go here and where to clap at. Ooh, yeah. Copy and paste. So again, just shift, drag, shift, drag. There we go. Go for a hi-hat. Let's go for 2 steps. Let's go to pattern mode and let's make the hi-hat a little bit more interesting. So we can add some rolls, some stutters, some pitching up and down, stuff like that, right? Some cool stuff. So to do a roll, I'll teach you how to do it. It's really easy. All you have to do is select like the subdivision of the roll you want. So in this case, I'm doing quarter step. And then I'm going to do like just quick 2 like stutter rolls, right? So just select how long you want the rolls to be and kind of place them where you want. And then Command U articulates it to the step. So with that, it cuts it into quarter steps. Pitch it up a little bit. It sounds kind of too low in pitch. And we can also right click and drag this down. And what that does is it lowers the velocity, so it sounds more like a decrease, right? So and it sounds a little cooler. And then we can do another roll here, but what if I don't want it to be a quarter step? What if I want it to be a half step? Well, all you have to do is drag it and then select half step like we did earlier, and then Command U, boom. So instead of like the rolls we did here, it's gonna be a little slower and have a little less notes. Yep, and let's just copy for the second half of the hi-hats as well. I don't want to change the variation of the pattern too much. Let's go here, and then maybe here I just want to cut out the last notes here to give it a little bit of anticipation. Oh, where did the hats go? Boom. Now their hats are back. So yeah, I like leaving a little bit of space when it comes to close hats just to give a little anticipation every 8 bars. It's just something I like to do. So now let's also add a rim shot just to give a little bit more percussive elements to the beat. Yes, sir. Last but not least, let's add the 808. So this is gonna be like the 808 and also the kick. I don't think we're gonna have a kick in this just because I feel like you want it to float, and then sometimes with the kick it just comes in too hard, and then this beat you kind of just want to float on, right? So let's draw the 808 in. So okay, we got that bounce. And now all the notes are selected to C right now just because that's what FL Studio defaults it to in. But obviously we want the 808 to be, the pitch to be consistent with the melody that we created. So let's first Command L to kind of extend all the notes. So we have, you know, extended notes to work with. And first thing I like to do with 808s is to kind of create this envelope thing just so that you have more control over the length of how long you hold a note for. If you didn't have that, it will kind of just like leak into the next note, right? So I like doing this just to have more control. Next step is to tune the 808. So Command E, that goes into Edison mode. Add detect pitch region, and then it tells you it's in C. So you just need to make sure that the root note is also set to C. It's already defaulted to C, so you only have to do anything. But if that flag thing said like D instead, you would just right click on D. But we're good at C right now. We good. So let's go back here. Now let's kind of use the other chords notes as guides to where to place the 808. So let's just set the 808 to the root note, and as long as we're consistent with the root note, it should sound in key. So I'm just kind of dragging the notes to where the note fits. And maybe pitch this up an octave. And this pitches back down, so Command down. Maybe a little down, Command down, one octave down below that. Woo! So now let's route the rest of the sounds into the mixer, just because we only mixed the first two melodies. So it's Command Shift L, and then first let's kind of deal with this sound a little bit. So again, cut out some of the lows, and then maybe I want to make this a little bit more ambient, right? So I want to add a little bit of reverb, maybe just to add a little bit more to the sound. And let's bring the gain down a little bit. And then the hi-hat, I want to turn down a little bit because it's just kind of popping right now. Yeah, so that's it. I think that's all the sounds that we really need for this beat. We're gonna keep it simple just because I don't want to make this way too complicated, right? I want to give the artist enough space to flow and float on the beat. I don't want to give it like too many counter melodies and too much stuff just interfering. It's gonna make the artist really hard. It's gonna make it really hard for the artist to like write and develop over. So with that being said, let's split the channel and then into its individual patterns. We can delete that for now. Command Shift or Control Shift drag to kind of select all of these right here in the pattern selector. And yeah, let's just arrange this bad boy. Yeah, so let's just start with these two melodies together maybe, and build from there. So that seems about right. I think the arrangement should be pretty simple at this point. Let's just do a little quick fade out for the outro. So all you have to do is highlight the selected area, right click, link to control. Oh, not link to controller, my bad. Right click, create auto clip, and then drag this down. So just gradually fade out the master volume, and then that's the entire beat, guys. So as you can tell with that, it fades out the entire beat at the end. That's all I have for today. That's the entire tutorial. If you guys enjoyed this tutorial, if you guys followed along, you guys learned anything new from this, please hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate seeing this channel grow. I know I haven't been as consistent uploading videos just because I've been in with life. I'm gonna post more videos kind of updating where I'm at in life right now and like with my music and stuff like that. I also have my own music coming out, so make sure to follow me to keep updated with that. I don't just make tutorials, guys. I have other creative cool stuff that I really want to show you guys. So if you guys want to support my own personal music, make sure to follow me on Instagram and my SoundCloud. So the SoundCloud is where I'm going to be releasing a lot of my music, just because I don't know, man. I'm just trying to keep it in the streets right now. I'm just trying to keep it low key. So SoundCloud is like, you know, if you really like it, if you really vibe with it, then you can share it and play it for your friends. If not, I'm just gonna stay there. You know, I'm not really gonna like push for it, but it's something that I'm really proud of, and it's some music that, you know, I've been putting a lot of effort in for the past few months. So if you guys vibe with that, make sure to follow me on SoundCloud. But other than that, I'm gonna play the beat for you guys right here, and see you guys soon.